Hey everyone, it's FinalRound and my name is Jordan, and this could potentially be our last game before the finals. I do not know the outcome of the Celtics game. I'm filming this during the second quarter, so I have no idea what's going on there. All I know is it's a little bit close, but I'm going to jump right into these picks. You'll see images that come up on the screen. Those will be from a data app called Outlier. There'll be a link in the description that'll give you a 7-day free trial for Outlier. So this first pick is going to be a consistent guy off of the bench, and it's going to be Kyle Anderson, over 5.5 points at plus 104. I took a look at Sleeper and they had him at 4.5 points. So you could potentially find it there for a point lower, which obviously is nicer. But if you can get even money, I think even money's fine for 5.5 points. But he's gone over in all 3 games in this series, and he's been a big surprise coming off the bench. I felt defensively he's actually done pretty well. If you watch, he's done pretty well against Luka Doncic or Kyrie Irving when he's guarding them. That, and he's a good ball handler. I know Mike Conley's had his issues with his Achilles. He's been off the court. He's been to the locker room. All kinds of stuff going on with Mike Conley. He hasn't been getting his rebounds and assists that he normally does. He did shoot well last game. But for Kyle Anderson, he is getting more minutes off the bench. And I think part of it has to do with Mike Conley. I think part of it has to do with his size and be able to defend and just another body to throw at Luka Doncic. And he's playing 17 to 20 minutes a game in this series, which is solid. And the thing about him, he's not a great three-point shooter. His jump shot takes 3 to 5 business days just to get up. He's hit like 1-3 in this series. He's getting most of his points driving to the basket, and he does this like 5-foot floater thing, and it's almost money every single time that he drives to the basket. So the floor is spread out. He's got the shooters. He's normally out there with Naz Reid, and he just gets to the lane and just puts that little floater in, and it's been money for this entire series. So I don't see why they don't keep putting him back out there. It's not something necessarily that the Mavericks are going to game plan against, and we really got to stop Kyle Anderson or anything like that. The Mavericks are going to keep playing their game. If Kyle Anderson beats them, then Kyle Anderson beats them. Like, that's just is what it is. They're going to be more worried about stopping Karl Anthony Towns and not letting him get going. So he's averaging 6.5 field goal attempts in these games, and he's averaging 4 makes in each game. So, and he's getting to the free throw line. So I definitely like his consistency off the bench, and yeah, that's gonna be Kyle Anderson over 5.5 points at plus 104. And if you guys could, please like the video, and if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. If you have a little bit of extra time, could you leave a comment for the algorithm? You can say anything and it helps. This next pick is gonna be another guy off the bench for the Timberwolves. I feel like a lot of the consistency for scoring is coming off the bench for the Timberwolves. It's gonna be Naz Reid. I've taken him every single game. Last time I went with his 3-pointers made because he was just absolute money, and whenever I mention it, he goes and he makes 1-3. He did not shoot well from 3. He was 1 for 5. But I like him over 12.5 points at minus 112. So he's also gone over this in all 3 games in this series. And unlike Karl Anthony Towns, when Naz Reid, his long ball wasn't falling, he decided to take the ball to the basket. So he's catching the ball wide open, and instead of just chucking it up there, he started driving to the basket, and he was getting easy layups. So I really like seeing this progression in his game, whereas previous games, he was just throwing up all threes and they were all going in. But as soon as he realized, hey, maybe I don't have it tonight, he started attacking the basket, and he was getting easy buckets, and that's why he went over his points line, and he only made 1 3. He didn't need the 3-point makes to get over his points line, which I thought from the early games he would need to hit at least 2 threes to get over his points line, but that is not the case. So I like his aggressiveness, how he attacked the basket. I still like his potential to hit multiple threes, and I apologize if there's fireworks in the background. Happy Memorial Day. But just like Kyle Anderson, his minutes have shot up. The Timberwolves are better when he's on the floor, especially when someone like Karl Anthony Towns is just not making many shots. And Rudy Gobert doesn't spread the floor. He's been really big for Minnesota. So I like him over points as well at 12.5 for minus 112. Before I get into this last one, I want to shout out my partners, Underdog Fantasy, Sleeper, ParlayPlay, and ChalkBoard. Use promo code FinalRound11 on any of these. They'll match your first deposit. There'll be links in the description. That'll take you straight there with the promo code, and thank you to anyone who uses those. This last pick, I got to go with a Maverick. So I'm going to go with Luka Doncic, and I'm going to go with over 3.5 3-pointers made at -102. He's gone over this in 4 out of the last 5 games. He did not go over in game 1 of this series, but he still took 10 shots in that game 1. And then the past 2 games, he's shot 5 for 11 from 3. Playing at home, his confidence is at its peak. He looks absolutely unguardable out there. He can do whatever he wants, and he's definitely going to do that step back and chuck up 3-pointers. The volume's definitely going to be there, and he's been knocking these down. And a lot of his 3-pointers just come like dagger threes. Just as soon as you feel like Minnesota's going on a run and you know they're going to take a lead, it's just like Luka 3, bang, like just knocks it in. And obviously he had the game winner. He's definitely going to want to close this one out and talk all the trash he wants to while he knocks these threes in. Luka is on like another level of confidence right now. So for even money, why not go for 4+ threes for Luka Doncic? And a side note that I have here, it doesn't have to do with his 3-pointers. He's been going over his points line just at 30, just like barely over 30 points. But his shot, from the elbow, that turnaround jumper, looks kind of like Dirk Nowitzki against the Heat. I know Dirk is a little bit taller than Luka, but that turnaround fade is unstoppable. And that's what Dirk did to Miami, and he was able to win a championship with that shot. Every time Luka turns around for that fade, like you just know it's going in. So yeah, he's just playing at another level right now, and he's someone that I would bet for and definitely not against. So if you'd like to discuss lines further, I have a Discord. Link is in the description. Conversation will be going on about this game 4, about baseball, about WNBA, hockey, all kinds of stuff that's going on right now, esports, soccer. It's free. You can just jump on in and just help the conversation, bring your research with other people's research, and I feel like it's just a great community with everyone bringing their research together. And as far as a recap, I'm not sure. I saw Obi Toppin had 5 points, and I saw Drew Holiday had 3 rebounds and assists. Definitely should have just added his points onto there, because I said his points line would be good by itself, and he came out and he started knocking down some shots pretty early at about 8 points early. So it looks like he's going to go over his points line. We'll see about his rebounds and assists. But yeah, I'm going to do some research right after I edit this on some WNBA. There's going to be 3 games. And I already took a look at a few plays that I like, and I'm going to do a little bit deeper of research. I found the WNBA website. They actually do give position, defense versus position. It's not as easy as it is for NBA where you can find the rankings. You have to dig a little bit, but I'm going to go off those rankings, and WNBA has been doing pretty well. So hope you guys do well with NBA. If you try out the WNBA, hope you do well with that. So God bless you all. It's the final round. My name is Jordan. I will catch you on the next one. Bye.